Hi, this is Esperano with another Galcon tutorial. The most important lesson in this tutorial is that ships take time to crash. This may seem obvious, but this simple rule has complex implications, and I hope that you can apply this rule to your own games. Here, I have set up a scenario in which I will send one 100% shot and one 50% shot simultaneously and see what happens. I have an iPhone and a PC account, both on the same Wi-Fi, and I will release at the exact same time. As you can see, the player which only sent 50% of his ships captured first, and now has an advantage. This is because it takes more time for the smaller fleet to capture an empty planet than it takes for a larger fleet to defeat a well-protected planet. If I use 20% instead of 50%, the effect is even more pronounced. Higher production home planets and intervening neutrals further increase this effect, leading to embarrassing results for the 100% player. This is not just a problem with 100%, however. If your default percentage is 75% or even 65% like here, you are still at a disadvantage. A default percentage of 50% is safest. Here is another scenario I have set up in which I start with 1,000 ships and have to capture several expensive planets in a row. Notice how long it takes me to move my ships to the front lines where they can make progress. Contrast this with another scenario in which a few of my ships have to capture several cheap planets in a row. It takes no time for my ships to land, so I make very quick progress across the map. Therefore, if there are two fronts in the battle, you should push on the side where there are fewer ships overall. In this scenario, focus your efforts on the bottom front, because you will push through their defenses very quickly while it takes them a long time to get through yours. Do not attack on the top side because you are only helping them to crash their ships faster, and besides you should spend your precious few clicks per second focusing on the side where you are winning. Once you realize that the bottom side is winning, you can shuttle ships towards the top while still not attacking to further delay the enemy. Take this game for example. I attack the planets with the fewest ships on them even though they are farther away. Meanwhile, my enemy tries to push through the center, but since there are neutrals in the way and he is using a high percentage, it takes forever for his ships to land. By the time he pushes through the center, I have captured the rest of the map. Here's another game. I made a very risky move by capturing the 6 and 7 in the center. Instead of counterattacking my enemy, however, I stay put and reinforce the center, hoping that the enemy's ships will take so long to land that I will regenerate the ships I spent. As you can see, brute force rarely works in Galcon. In this match, I send 50 ships at the enemy and quickly realize that they have sent more than me. I realize that we are about to switch sides and that I will capture first, so I start sending ships towards my top left planet to delay my enemy's capture as long as possible. At this point, I have enough of an advantage to win easily. In this team's game, two players make related mistakes that could have been avoided. Orange fires at 100% at the enemy. Purple is forced to spam reinforcements to make up for it, but unfortunately, Orange's home planet is lost for good. Meanwhile, on the bottom, Cyan has been pushed back but briefly regains control. However, just as soon as he regains control, he attacks even though he has fewer ships. He loses control of the bottom planet again, when he could have held onto it had he focused on reinforcing instead of attacking. Notice how in both of these cases, they attack, lose their planet, then fail to capture a planet in return. To summarize, do not try to force your way through an obstacle by sending 100% of your ships. 100 ships take more time to crash, and they tend to get stuck on intervening planets, which is very inefficient. When attacking, focus on cheap, easily captured planets. When defending, focus on reinforcement instead of helping your enemy crash their ships. See you next time.